Hello, and here we are with our fourth meeting dedicated to healing the healer. Again, I want to remind you that what I share can be useful for anyone, whether they are interested or involved in healing or not. Okay, so welcome. Today we will look at the challenges and gifts we can find in the Sagittarius-Gemini axis, because it's about the full moon every month, and well, you should have time to watch this video before December 4th, the actual day of the full moon, but you can watch it whenever you wish, and of course, same thing for the meditation. Before we start, I would like to give you time to gather something connected with element air, the element of the moon sign. In this case, Gemini, corresponding to air, because this meeting is about the full moon with the sun, Sagittarius, and the moon, Gemini. Well, air is a bit, ooh, isn't it? So instead of an object, you might simply pay attention to your breath or spread a fragrance in the environment by diffusing essential oils or wearing your favorite scent. Or what I did just before, right before to start the video, I put some lavender oil. I love lavender. Well, my favorite probably is rose, but lavender is, well, I use it very, very often. So, well, if you want right now, otherwise, pause the video whenever you want, okay? So, with the sun in Sagittarius and the moon in Gemini, I want to highlight the importance of relying on deep, accurate knowledge and the ability to adapt it to individuals, to every single individual, while making it accessible through communication. Yeah, because Sagittarius represents deep knowledge, philosophy, research, and spiritual traditions, each with their own rules. It's a sign that loves freedom of movement and also deep values, core values. Okay, so our sun in Sagittarius right now invites us to look at our values and our beliefs and our, I would say, belief system. While the moon in Gemini, it's all about communicating, simplifying, and making things accessible and understandable. We all have belief systems. And one of the ego traps connected with this axis is the tendency to try to convince others that our truth is truer than theirs. That can be. Maybe it's not your case, but sometimes it happens with these signs involved. Another trap is about relying on superficial knowledge, knowing a little about this, a little about that, a little about a technique, or even a bit more about a few methods, and assuming that this is enough to be a healer. It isn't. Be careful. Healing is not a joke. I hear many people talking about imposter syndrome, but sometimes, especially in the healing field, what feels like insecurity might be a lack of knowledge or tools or training or experience or expertise, something that asks us to go deeper. Sometimes it's really important. Not just think, oh, I'm only insecure. Well, maybe, but maybe you're subconscious is suggesting you to go deeper. Maybe it's not just insecurity, maybe it would be interesting to go deeper, okay? Just, yeah, it might be your case or not. Why? Just to explore some ego traps. Sometimes, especially with this axis involved, we might confuse tools with a spiritual path. Or we feel ready after taking a workshop in a particular method, but the true spiritual lineages have roots in ancient traditions, sustained and protected by rules. So before starting to spread knowledge or use practices, we should ask permission and seek feedback from our teachers or mentors. Especially when we draw from traditions that don't belong to our own culture, we must be cautious to avoid cultural appropriation, okay? So just be really responsible. Healing, particularly when defined as spiritual healing or energy healing, is not something to take lightly. And beyond techniques and practices, we need training in understanding what a therapeutic relationship is. Because there is a frame. We also need clarity about boundaries, because it can be easy to become over enthusiastic about our own beliefs. Healers need clarity about the tools they use, the origin of those tools, the traditions they come from. Then we also need the mental flexibility and communication skills to adapt our work so that it becomes understandable and accessible to each person, okay? In other words, healers need both Sagittarius depth and love for knowledge and Gemini's open-minded approach. This combination allows for true understanding and connection and communication. Otherwise, we may fall into the trap of believing that only our truth is true, is valid, okay? Healing is not a competition, and there is no need to convince anyone of anything. We should also be willing to recognize when we are not the right fit for someone. We cannot have or be the answer for everybody. So this is also very, very, very important. So let's focus on our inner values and sincerely ask ourselves, when meeting a potential new client, whether we are truly a good match. Okay. Now let's proceed with our meditation, as usual. And again, feel free to go through this meditation, not just in this moment of the year, but whenever you feel it's good for you, okay? So before the meditation, again, I would suggest you put on your hands a drop of the essential oil you love most, if you want, of course. Otherwise, you can just imagine to do that during the meditation, okay? And before it, I would suggest you just find the perfect position for you. Well, this is a sitting meditation, but if you prefer, you can lie down and just do whatever makes you feel comfortable, okay? So sit comfortably, feeling your sit bones in contact with the surface beneath you, supporting your spine. Close your eyes. If you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes, keep them slightly open. Just follow like this. Breathe in and out, noticing your waistline expanding with each inhalation. As you exhale, gently press your sit bones against the surface you are sitting on, feeling your trunk supported. Imagine yourself immersed in the calmness of nature, in a place where you feel perfectly safe. It's a chilly night at the end of autumn, very quiet. Nature is almost asleep, and you can enjoy the calmness. With the eyes of your imagination, look around. There is a beautiful, strong tree whose powerful roots dive deep into the ground. Its trunk looks solid and majestic, and its branches extend toward the sky. Your hands are spreading the fragrance of your essential oil, and you can smell it in the air. You feel drawn to the tree, called to sit there. Your clothes are warm and thick, keeping you pleasantly comfortable. And so you sit among the tree's roots, with your back against its trunk, becoming more and more aware of your breathing. And it seems as if the tree is breathing too. The support of the tree's roots and trunk merges with the support of your sit bones, pelvis, and spine. You begin to feel deeply grounded through your sit bones, the base of your pelvis, and even your feet, as though the tree's roots were your own. And you feel a pleasant warmth coming from the ground, as if you could sense the heat of incandescent rivers of lava flowing beneath the earth's surface. You keep breathing, and the smell of the fragrance on your hands spreads, filling the air around you. The contrast between the warmth from the fire beneath the surface of Earth and the cool, fragrant night air is pleasant and makes you feel revived. Then, with the eyes of your imagination, you look up at the sky. You see the magical, bright full moon surrounded by stars. Suddenly, you sense the moon and the space around it as a portal to new dimensions of understanding. Ancient spiritual healing knowledge merges with the wind of higher communication. You feel all this as the moonlight through the air, crisp and clear, touches your head, skin, and body. You sense these healing and understanding forces flowing gently but powerfully from the top of your head, your crown, through your spine and trunk, all the way to your roots. This flow clears and opens your mind, making room for clarity and insight. Now, you realize that you can breathe this clear and regenerating energy from the full moon. Breathe in, feeling your waistline, and imagine drawing in the most pleasant sensations with the moonlight, a light, a color, or whatever arises for you. As you breathe out, send these pleasant healing sensations to every cell of your body, to your hands, feet, head, and skin. With each exhale, feel this healing light spreading into the space around your body, creating a protective, regenerating, healing field. Your mind feels clear, spacious, and receptive, while your spirit opens to new dimensions of knowledge, inspiration, and communication. Now open again the eyes of your imagination. Look at your hands and open them, palms towards the moon. Imagine that you can breathe in the moonlight through the palms of your hands. Now bring them closer to your face. Inhale the fragrance, feeling that the power of this healing full moon has been transmitted to it and to your body through your hands. Keep enjoying this pleasant smell, fully integrating this experience. And slowly take a deep breath. Yawn. Let your voice awaken every cell of your body with a yawn or two or more, like ah. And now begin moving your body gently as if breathing through every joint. And keep yawning. Now you can open not only the eyes of your imagination, but also your physical eyes. Keep yawning with me and move your fingers and hands as if caressing first and then kneading the air, with movements growing stronger and stronger. And start massaging your hands, and from there slowly massage your whole body, still yawning. Stretch. Imagine that your breath flows out through your hands, feet, and head, reaching. You can reach the walls and even beyond them. And then you can also rub your feet against the ground and let the energy flow through the whole body. And now slowly, if you want, you can stand up and you can look at me. If you feel comfortable, of course, you can follow what I'm doing. Otherwise, do only what feels right for you. So let's go, but again, do only what feels right for you. Keep rubbing your hands and enjoying this fragrance that you can spread in the air, like you could caress the air, and with this movement, by breathing out, you could create a space that feels safe, a space which allows you to connect even more strongly with the energy from beneath the surface of earth, the fire energy. You can imagine this warmth, heat coming from earth and running up from your roots to fill and nurture your whole body. Is the fire of knowledge, the sacred fire of knowledge. And it's a liquid fire. It's like lava, rivers of lava. And you can imagine this warmth, this heat, running and filling and nurturing every cell of your body with sacred knowledge. And from the depth of earth and the fire beneath earth, you can connect with these liquid forces, also the liquid forces in your body, and feel this flow regenerating and nurturing while you open yourself to the light of the full moon. And while breathing in, you can imagine this clarity, this ability to connect and communicate flowing through your crown and filling your body, meeting with the sacred fire of knowledge coming from below. And so you can keep gently moving like you were connecting these powerful energies, opening your space and your crown even more while breathing in to welcome the energy of this full moon and its clarity, giving you lightness, brightness. And you can keep moving, and now with the focus on your breathing, you can start breathing out. And every time you breathe in, you bring in more clarity and more knowledge, or more openness to knowledge. And every time you breathe out, you spread around not only the fragrance you choose, but also the clarity and the power of your intention of releasing and communicating through healing. And now you come back to the space of your heart, and you slow down, you reconnect with your inner balance. You can express gratitude for this moment, and again, you can enjoy the fragrance you spread in the air. And as I already told you, of course, you can practice this short meditation whenever you feel and whenever you want, with an essential oil or not, as you like. I like to connect these moments to seasons and specific events like full moons, but it's open to everybody in every moment of the year. Okay, so as usual, I invite you to share this meditation with your friends, whoever can find it useful. And as usual, if you want to support my work, if you like it, you'll find a link in the video description with a way to buy me a tea because or a coffee, as you like. I'm fond of tea, but I like coffee too. And if you have questions, leave them in the comments on YouTube, or write to me before the next full moon, and I will be happy to answer. See you. Ciao. Thank you. Bye bye.